Yo guys, welcome back to the channel, and today, as you can see, we've got the Everton in the Championship rebuild. So we're going to get straight into it, but first of all, if you're new around here, it'd mean an absolute world to me if you could like and subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subscribers, and I obviously want us to be able to hit it as soon as possible. But let's go straight to the squad hub, because we've obviously got some players to sell. So players like Pickford would obviously leave. This can be as realistic as I can get it to be. Selling players like Keane would also leave. Even though a lot of these aren't actual Premier League standard players as we've seen this season, they probably wouldn't want to stay in the Championship. So again, players like Kenny maybe, but Coleman I think he would stay since he's loyal to the club. Alan I think would leave. Damari Gray would probably go because there's a lot of clubs that could easily go in for him. I think Davis and Gomez would both stay because they haven't really got anyone after them. Donny van de Beek obviously wouldn't be with us next season. Neither would El Ghazi, so we actually terminate both their contracts. Because we want it to be as realistic as possible. But I'm not going to go ahead and sell, recall all the players because there's no point. Obviously, Gylfi's going to go because it's obviously pretty obvious. I don't think Ali would have any other club possible to go to. I don't think the core would leave either. Maybe someone like Iwobi would leave, but again, don't see any other club wanting him. And then obviously the big two, Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin would both leave, obviously. Dominic Calvert-Lewin already looks like he's going to leave, so yeah, that's annoying for us, obviously, but not much we can do. So I'm going to leave these here because I don't really know if I want any of them at the club next season, really. But now we're going to look straight into a team, because this is now the hard part. We've got to design a club without those players I put on the transfer market. So maybe a 4-2-2 would work. It really depends, because you've got to find a formation that has decent strikers. I don't really want to rely on those two up top, to be honest. Don't even know why he's in the team. Townsend, Delphin Decore, would that work? Coleman, Mikolenko, Godfrey and Holgate with Begovic in goal. It's not a bad team, to be fair. But on the bench you got two. Lonergan, oh god. Branthwaite, Kenny, Ali, Davis or Gomez. I'm gonna go with Davis, but I might switch that up. So that's near enough team. Obviously, she's got two players left. So who would I put here? Probably a Wobie and then Dobbin as the striker on the bench. So there's a lot of improvements this team could use. And actually, who's better? Probably put Ali there, to be honest, over Townsend. But I think I'll keep Townsend there because we need that like winger. And like Cam on the bench. But that's our team. So as you can probably tell, we probably need CDM, striker, goalkeeper. I'm only going to be able to use the money that comes in for the transfer sales, and I'm going to try to make the transfers a bit more realistic. So clubs might come in for Dominic Calvert-Lewin for like 50 million. I'm actually lowered down to like 25 million, because if you're in the Championship, you have to sell players for a lot less. So even though DCL, Richie and Pickford probably will go for like 120 million, I'm only going to have to sell them for like 60 million at a maximum. So I'll cut now to our first transfer offer. It did not take long at all. As you can see, it only took 3 days for this to happen. But the first transfer offer for Richarlison has come in from Spurs. Now, I don't think we'd be able to sell Richie for 37 million in the Championship, sadly. I would say the most you're going to be able to sell a player for in the Championship would be 30 million. So I just have to lower. The club might even sack me for this. I'm just have to hope they don't. If they do, you won't be seeing the video. So I'm going to look down to around 28 million. Of course, you're going to accept that. Who wouldn't? So that's 28 million right there for a Richarlison. So Youth Academy will be a massive part of this. Because obviously, if you'll not be able to work on a massive budget, you need to be able to use your youth academy correctly. So that would be massively important. But we've got our first game now in a moment. So only pre-season, but pre-season is still obviously pretty important for good money to come in because we can't go below 40 million. So our first game against Trabzonspor, I don't know how you say it, ends with a 2-1 loss. Not what you want to see, obviously, but this is not the same Everton side. It's got a lot of weaknesses in it. So now, I'll see you guys either at the next game in 3 days, or when I'm showing you my transfer shortlist, or when a player transfer offer comes in. So I'll see you guys then. We are back now, and I've gone through some players. As you will notice, most of my English. That's because, in my opinion, the English is the best league to get some players out, so it's more Championship and Premier League. But you can see the start one tier. I've gone for goalkeepers, midfielders like CDM, centre mid, and a couple of strikers. So Stefan, he might be a bit too overpriced, but I saw him and thought, you know, maybe a decent. This is realistic as I see. I think Stefan, I don't think he'd come to Championship though, so maybe I was being a little too ambitious. Danny Ward, he probably wants first team football. He's not going to get over Kasper Schmeichel. Maybe he'll come down. Same Backman in the Championship now as I did to the bottom 3 clubs, moving down. The top 3 clubs moving up. Jadori, not been the best since that injury that he got. Bird might want to come to a bigger club in the Championship. Cook, I'm not sure against them. They're in the Prem, but you know, again cleverly, he is the club captain, so I don't think he would want to though. These moves same as Burge. Sam Gallagher, the only striker I could find that was a bit realistic. Again, we're linked to them in real life, and maybe he'd want to come to us. So those are the players that I've got. I'm waiting for all the scout reports to come back in, and then we're going to go in for some. But we've got a match now in a minute against Frankfurt, who aren't doing the best. But that is our first player sold. Richarlison's gone for 24.5 million. But now I'm not accepting that one, because I do want it to be a bit realistic. I don't think Pickford would want to go from one Championship side to another. But when I switch up the team bit, because I don't always want to have the same team, because it does wear them out. So Branthwaite can come in, Kenny. That's another position I want, is actually a left back. So maybe a bit of leftover transfer budget, we'll bring in a new left back. Gomez can come in. Iwobi, Gordon, with Dobbin, not DCL, Dobbin, and Rondon. And on the bench, yeah, just the same bench. I did see DCL there, but I can't really bother to remove him. It takes ages. Not like it mattered. He came on, to be fair, but they scored the first minute. So Iwobi was our only goal scorer. But yeah, so that's how that's gone. I do think that means we're actually out. Yes, it does. But hey, sad times. But Sander Bergin has now come back with a scan report. But now we got the penultimate game. Doesn't mean anything. All it means is we could get third. But who really cares about third, let's be honest. So just because it means we're going to bring in some like youth players. So Andy Lonergan is a great youth player, as you can tell, obviously. It's literally, this team though is just going to be filled with youngsters. So Branthwaite, we're going to bring in Davis, who ain't really a youngster, but like, when I say youngster, I mean like players that won't play much during the season. Obviously Davis will play a decent amount, to be fair. Ali hasn't played at all, so Ali can come in. Gordon has played both games, hasn't really done much actually, which kind of worries me, but no one else there to play. And we'll put Tosin and Dobbin up front. On the bench, I'll choose around the same bench, but just going to mumble it up a bit for players that actually will be here. So Delph can come in. There you go. So Wolfsburg, I'm not expecting to win, as you see, we did make the team very weak. Patterson scoring, to be fair to him. But now, I am going to see you guys in the next part, which will be in a couple of minutes, either when we're signing a player or selling. So see you guys then. Now we've got a realistic transfer offer. Is Gylfi though, who obviously I just want to get rid of to get him out of the club, because obviously what we know is happening in real life. So it is Wolves. As you might have seen then, if you look quickly, you did see 2 reject offers for Mina and DCL. That's because they weren't from really realistic clubs. Mino's from Galatasaray and DCL's from Salzburg. If I'm being honest, I think they'd both be going back to Premier League or maybe La Liga clubs. They wouldn't be going to leagues like that. Like Mina and Ajax, I could definitely see that. 14.7 million obviously is about right for him. So that is a good offer. But DCL to Salzburg didn't make much sense. Say I don't, he'd want to go to play in Austria. And I can see a lot of things coming in. Again, Alan would not want to go to another championship side, so I will be rejecting it. If it's not realistic, I will just reject it. But now I'll see you guys in a minute when I'm in a transfer offer about to make the sign-in. We are back now, and as you can see, I have signed 3 players. Sander Berge was the first one I made for 8 million. Then I went to Sam Gallagher, 2 million. And then Shuderi for 4 million. And these 3 can really boost the squad. Then we're going to go for a new left back and get them into the team, because I think we do need new left back. But as you now see, that puts Sam Gallagher. Sander Berge will come straight into the team with Delph. Puts Delph onto the bench with Davis. And then Shuderi actually might go in for Delph. But I think for now he might be a bit more of a squad player. Now, you might be wondering, hold on, those 3 players you signed are pretty cheap. Well, that's because I want to be realistic, and really, Everton in real life would not be going out selling these players and putting that money straight back into new players, because we can't. Because if we do, we're going to be in debt. And we would know Everton are in debt in real life, horrible debt, to the point where we might get liquidated if we get relegated. So I want to get around 60 million transfer budget left over. 70 million, because we do need that. But now we are going for backup goalkeeper. You can see 3 ideas to go for. Wouldn't really backup quality. Maybe Backman would be. But I might go for someone a little bit lower rated. But I might go for Backman now in a minute. I just have to wait and see in a couple of seconds when I actually go and sign the 2 players. So I'll see you guys then in a minute. So as you can now see, Gylfi has been sold for 10 million to Wolves Salzburg. Again, Alan to Salzburg, it doesn't make sense. I wish these clubs would come in with proper like transfer offers, because it kind of annoys me. It's like, why would Alan or Dominic Calvert-Lewin want to go to a club like Salzburg? No offense to any of you Salzburg fans if you're watching, but it doesn't make much sense if you ask me. But we are going in for some goalkeepers. After a bit of thinking, I'll show you who I'm going to go for now. So, you might have just seen them then. But the goalkeepers I'm going to go for, between one or 2, it's going to be either, depending on what I think, Lee Burge, Anthony Patterson, both Sunderland keepers obviously. I was thinking Sunderland because I know a decent amount of Sunderland players. So, see what rank they are, see if they like kind of match what we're looking for. And then what I'm going to do for the left back problem is not sign anyone. Don't need to sign anyone. Got a perfect fit for the job right here. I'm going to recall Nielsen Kunku to be the backup left back. So now I'm going to sim ahead a bit and I'll show you which keeper I have signed. Because it still could be Backman. I don't really know yet. So you have to wait and see. What is it with these Belgium teams? No, I'm just gonna find a backman. We have now signed our backup goalkeeper, or maybe first team keeper, depending on how Begovic does in our games. And it is Backman. I was looking at the keepers after their scouts came in. Burge, 64 and 59. They're not high enough for what we're looking for. So, when it Backman, and we're probably not even going to be first choice for long, or backup. Because Java Jr. is going to come back from his loan and hopefully be the first choice goalkeeper we're looking for. Now, again, I keep getting this problem. These Belgium teams keep coming in for my players. If you look at my received offers, you can't see them all, but Club Brugge have come in for Alan, DCL, and Pickford. And then Antwerp also came in for Alan. I don't know what it is with these Belgium teams, specifically those who keep coming for my players, because it's not going to work. But this is not obviously going to be the longest episode, as you can tell, because you're near the end now. That is because I want to move into the episodes in a completely new episode, so it feels a bit fresh. So, when it's in the head the last day, and then we will be ending the episode here. So you can see West Brom, then Watford. I do want to show you guys one thing quickly before we end. And that is where and when we play our matches. So Watford back to back, that's pretty interesting, both away too. So we're not even about to go back to our training pitch. They're both away. So we got a lot of away matches start the season. We will begin probably up to the Birmingham game in the next episode, if you're wondering. So got 4 matches for you guys to watch tomorrow, whenever we upload our next episode of this. But if you did enjoy, hit the like button, and it would mean absolutely world to me if you could subscribe if you did enjoy. Hopefully back to streaming soon. I know I've been a bit inactive recently. That is because I've been out with friends and doing other things in my personal life. I only just went back to school this week, so not really had a proper chance to stream. So I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you for watching, and if you want to see more content like this, do like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye and goodbye.